welcome back to RC Icons. So in this episode we're going to get the Porsche 934 1/12 scale GT01 ready to run. I want to get this car on the road. It looks absolutely epic. If you haven't seen the first two videos on this car, definitely go back and take a look in my video library. You'll see the full chassis build of this car, and you'll see the first body build of this car. So this kit, if you're not familiar, is it was a limited run kit that was offered in, I think it was 2009-ish. I consider this the rere of the #1 special edition black 1/12 scale Porsche 934 kit. I actually show my original #1 kit in the first video, and you'll see why I consider this the rere of that kit. It's almost identical. A lot of people will think the TA02 Black Edition is I think that's more of like a tribute car, because the scale is off. That's a 1/10 scale. This is a 1/12 scale, so this is more indicative of the original car. So this kit comes with two bodies. It comes with the polycarbonate body, which is what's on it now, and it also comes with the hard body like the original car came. The hard body we're going to build up in video 4 for the shelf. Actually, my intention the whole time was to run the polycarbonate body and then build the hard body for the shelf, but it actually says in the directions not to run the car with the hard body. So apparently I think like Tamiya. So long and short of it is this car is fully ball raced, comes fully ball raced, slipper clutch, completely adjustable, if I'm not mistaken, completely adjustable. UJ's in the rear. It's a 2-wheel drive car, but the point of this video is to get the running gear in it. It's got a 380 motor. We're going to use my FlySky Noble 4 Pro, so I need to get the receiver in it. It's got a micro servo in it already, and then I'm just going to use a Hobbywing 1060 like usual to power the car. So again, the intention of this video, sorry, I'm going to, oh, this one doesn't have it. Oh, it does have it. So the intention of this video, so the 1060s have a little spot where you can put the on-off switch right on the speedo, is to get the running gear in it and get a running video so that we can get it back in and build the hard body in video 4. So let me bring the camera over. I'll show you the car real quick, and I'll show you what we have to do. I don't even know what we do for a pinion. Oh, actually, the pinion's already on the motor. What am I thinking? It's just a press-on pinion. So yeah, it's literally just hooking up the receiver and speed control. So it should be relatively quick. So let me bring the camera over, and I'll show you the car, and we'll get to it. All right. So now that I have you back, this is my little Speed Demon 1/12 scale. Looks absolutely awesome. I painted those wheels. They come all silver, and then if you didn't see my previous video, this body attaches from underneath, so there's no body pins. Right, so the body pins are underneath, front and rear. So that's cool as hell, because the original car did not have body pins in the body. And then this is our tiny little car. So I basically need to get an ESC on one side, essentially, like this. And then I need to get my receiver on the other, which shouldn't be a big deal. And then, excuse me for 1 second, you guys know I'm not a professional, but you're probably wondering if it's a 1/12 scale, what I'm going to use to power it, because a regular battery is not going to fit in it. And I'm hoping one of these will. So this is the Life battery, the LF battery from Tamiya. This is what you use, like, so we have a comical pumpkin, and essentially That's what you're supposed to use in the comical pumpkin, so I need to see if this will fit in. If I can figure out how to get this battery door open. Without breaking it. So I don't know that it will fit, and if not, nope. If not, I'm gonna have to try. So what I can use, I may have to swap. May have to swap a lead on it. Yeah, I probably will have to swap a lead on it. So this is a 2S 350 milliamp 3C LiPo that fits in there no problem. Or I'll just order a battery. But this will fit in there. I just need to change the lead. So this is for an SCX24, an axial SCX24. My boys have those. And that's the charger for it. So one way or another, we'll find a battery that works. But for now, I'm just going to get this hooked up and get a Tamiya plug on it. And I will find a battery that will work. I'm sure Tamiya sells a battery for the GTO one. So I'll just have to get online and order one. So I'm going to get to work on this. And I'll bring you back when I get something to show you. So you'll have to apologize. I lost the audio in this clip. So essentially what I did was I hooked up the Hobby Wing 1060. And I also hooked up my my receiver for my FlySky Noble 4 Pro. And I'm showing you basically the battery for the axial. Showing you that the lead on the top of the battery is completely different. And I'd have to cut the leads off that battery and put a Tamiya plug on there to make that 2S battery work. Or use the Li-Fi, because the Li-Fi comes with an adapter that will go to a Dean's plug. And I'm showing you that there. So I can hook the Dean's plug into the Li-Fi with the Tamiya adapter on the other side and use it just fine. But because the battery won't fit in the battery compartment, I'm going to have to zip tie it to the top of the chassis, which is fine. There's plenty of room between the chassis and the body. So I'm basically just showing you now with it hooked up that the car will run under its own power. So where it's sitting right there is kind of where I had it, and I just ran a zip tie around the underside of the chassis and over the top. So obviously turning the radio on at this point, turning the car on at this point, showing you that we have steering, no problems there, and that's that little micro servo that I had to kind of botch in. I had to cut the tabs off it to make it fit because there's a special servo that Tamiya sells for that car. But for whatever reason, the steering was really slow just doing it on the bench. But it was fine when we run the car. So that was me showing the motor actually turning. So the car is essentially set up and ready to go at this point. It's not ideal, but for one run, it should work fine. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I don't know what the rest of this part of the clip is. It's probably just me chit-chatting as usual, because that's what I do. But I did look into getting another battery, the Tamtach gear battery, but it was pretty pricey, just because they're so old. So yeah, we ended up using that Li-Fi battery, which is fine. You'll see in the future clips that I had a little bit of issues with trying to get it charged right. It's a 6.6 volt, so it doesn't really line up with any of the normal batteries. So I had to charge it as a nickel metal hydride or a NiCad battery at a very low amperage. because it is I believe it is a LiPo battery, or they call it a Li-Fi. I'm not quite sure exactly what the battery is made of, but it's for the comical edition cars. Again, I'm talking about the steering and how slow it was. I think it was just the servo, because the actual steering itself, the arms and stuff weren't binding, but it seemed to run all right. So you'll see that in an upcoming clip. But yeah, there was plenty of play there. It worked fine. So, any issues or problems that I thought I might have in this particular clip, there was nothing wrong with it when we ran. Had more issues with trying to get some power into the battery than anything else. But you'll see towards the end, the last running clip, that we finally did get some power into that battery and got it to run fairly decent for what it is. So yeah, for a little 1/12 scale with a little 370 motor, everything turned out great. So yeah, that's basically it. Again, just more chit chat. I didn't realize that this clip was this long. So I know, at this point everything is running and we're just getting ready to get it out for a run. So that's going to do it. We'll see you outside in the next clip for the first running segment. So we're out this morning with the Tamtach Gear 934 Black. Just giving it a little putt. So this isn't about speed as much as it is just to see it out running, right? So 1/12 scale Porsche Black in the sun. So the part of the problem is I don't have a charger for this battery. So these are the Li-Fi batteries for the comical edition cars. It's like a 6.2 volt, which is an odd volt number, right? 2S is 7.4. And it doesn't let me put a balance lead on my charger, because Tamiya uses a specific one that's a little bit less or smaller. Oof, didn't need that rock. Good thing I got tape on the bottom. So what I'll probably do is try charging it as like a NIM and do another shot of this thing, hopefully with some more juice. So let me get it on the charger and we'll bring you back here, and hopefully we'll give you something a little bit more eventful than what it is. All right, so I don't know what to expect here. I charged that Li-Fi battery up as an iCAD and as a NIM. It's a 6.6 volt battery, 1100 milliamp. The charger brought it up to 9.3 volts. Oh, it cracks me up. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more speed out of it this time. There we go. Get you in frame. Yeah, it goes a little bit better than it was going the other day. Running my feet over. With 9 volts and a 6 volt battery, it's doing all right. I don't suggest you guys do that, but little 380 motor, 370 motor. Yeah, definitely took some juice. Nothing earth shattering, but it's a 934 in a 1/12 scale, doing its thing. GT01 chassis. Ball diff, fully adjustable, slipper clutch. Oh, these Tamtach gears crack me up. You know what though? You can hear it in my voice. I'm having just as much fun with this thing as I would have with a Laser ZX. Or even the Super Sabre for that matter. Look at that thing. Look at the sun on that. Look at that. What a gorgeous car. Got handprints all over it from taking the body on and off, but what a nice ride. It's gonna be awesome getting a hard body on it. Oh, battery's dying. Didn't hold 9 volts for too long. This is about where we were at the other day. So we're gonna bring this baby in. The polycarbonate body's coming off, and we're gonna do the hard body. So look at this. You ready for this? Look at that car. Absolutely gorgeous, right? Thing's shining like crazy. Well, I hope you guys liked the little run of the little Porsche. Absolutely epic. What a fun little rig. Now I get to put a 1/12 scale 934 on the shelf, just like an original from 1977. Maybe someday I'll build that black kit, you never know. Gorgeous. See you back at the studio for a closing. Well, that was a blast. Little Tamtach gear car, little 370 motor. The battery situation's a little frustrating just because these cars are so old that you can't find the Tamiya batteries for them. And if you do find them, they're stupid money. Like crazy money. And even the Li-Fi battery for the comical car. So I have these batteries because David built a comical lunchbox at one point, my youngest. And it uses these Li-Fi batteries, which is fine. But the charger is $90. $90. It's got a Tamiya plug on there. It's got an adapter to go from Tamiya to Dean's. Perfect. Every charger in the world will do that. Problem is 6.6 volts. These chargers are set up to run typical NiCad, NIM, LiPo, not Li-Fi, right? So it's an odd voltage, and then it's got a very weird 2-cell balance lead on it. It's not your typical balance lead, so it's just a very weird battery. And in my thinking, I was like, I'm not going to spend $90 for a special charger just for a comical lunchbox. To find the correct battery and charger for the car, for me, just wasn't worth it for one run. Now, if I had a couple of these cars and they were runners, then yeah, obviously I would source that. But it did what it needed to do. The car was awesome. I had a blast. The whole project so far has been a ton of fun. Building the chassis, doing the first body, buying decals that I didn't need. I mean, I'm just a moron. Like, I don't know why I questioned Tamiya. Like, they wouldn't give me what I need to do both body shells. Like, I watched the videos afterwards, and I'm like, you're an idiot. So whatever. I think that one of the subscribers might be taking that extra set of decals off my hands, which is nice. And if it doesn't work out, that's fine too. Whatever, I'll get rid of them at some point. So next, it's time to take this polycarbonate body off and do the hard body. So video 4 will be coming soon, where we actually get the hard body out, we get everything painted up, assembled. Now I need to do a little bit of research. I don't know if it's better to assemble the car first, at least the body parts, and get that painted, because I'm assuming that it's more like a model with a lot of glue that holds it together, and I'd rather be gluing the plastic together before I paint it than trying to glue painted surfaces. So I'll have to do a little bit of research, but at some point video 4 here will come out. So if you're not already subscribed and have your notifications turned on, make sure you do. Again, it's a complete black hard body with the same decals. It's got a different set of wheels, more like the ones that came on traditional Porsche. They're like a 5-spoke wheel, but they're like a rounded 5-spoke. So it uses the same tires, but either way, video 4 will be out soon, and you guys can see me finish this car and then get it behind the glass where it needs to be. I want to thank you all for watching today, and I hope you're doing well. Let me know in the comments what you think of the little 1/12 scale 934. Didn't run the tires off it, but we got a nice sunny day to run it and see it in the sun. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Thanks.